Yeah, let's complete this guide. Now what I'm going to do here, and I've fast forwarded a bit. So I'm looking at my model. I've taken it out of the alpha value so that we can see it. Now, can you see how we need to extrude that backwards because the model isn't long enough? So the best way to do it is in transparent mode and edit. Make sure you are in transparent mode. I'm going to do box select or C select and then just use G key to just grab it and extend it a little bit. So that should do it. A little bit more, I think. So just take it and G to extend it. That's good. Let's do the other side as well. That's all fine. Okay, in transparent mode, C to select, grab it, and then exit. That's perfect. Then we need a blockout module, a model. Go into your blockout. That becomes a lower model, an offset model. And then we're going to click survey, get a good path of insertion, and then create the passive model. Alright, with that being done, we can then either paint it on or we can make a tube. So that becomes our target model. Change that pink one into the target model. Alright, make sure that's a target model and use that dropper and select the model so that we can shrink wrap this to the actual model. E to extrude, left click to set it down. When we get to the other side, select the other side and shift left click F to fuse. Let us bring this across the occlusal surface a little bit. F to fuse. Make sure it's in like a bit of a relaxed state. And here I'm going to also go through it. In transparent, you can actually view these vertices clearly. Make sure they're all connected and then remesh and then accept. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another tube just for strength. Note that the snap magnet tool is on. If you do make a mistake, just go into transparent mode and then just reset a few of these vertices. Okay, when you're done with that, we're going to remesh it. Go to the the join objects and then remesh them. That'll make one object. Then we're going to expose the hole cutters. Select the hole cutters that you want to be using and then click on cut holes and guide layer. Let us expose the guide cutters and we're going to scale them to make a clear pathway. Again, select the ones you want to use for cutting, and I've clicked on the wrong one, so I'm going to go Control Z, clear guide layer. Now inspect your guide, your tubing, and I've noticed that we do not have enough material on the back there. So I'm going to go into the Model Designer, go to the Patch Up tool, and use these little blue things. They're like wax. You can just place them and fill them. And then I'm going to just sculpt around there. You don't have to, but note now that we've got an intersection happening. So I'm going to expose the guide cutters again and scale them. Can you see it's not going all the way through, whereas the other ones are going all the way through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that and go to the item menu, unlock it, and then scale it on the Z direction. And then we're going to cut a hole. Perfect. Lastly, we need to make the fitting surface. So this will work only if the the guide is called layer and the target model, and then inspect. So that's looking really good. Then we're going to export this, ready for printing. We have a hole not going all the way through. I'll do the same. You have to scale it because a Boolean function on top of a Boolean function is not going to work. So just merely scale it a little bit bigger. Alright, so we're going to export this. Select all of your components, File, Export STL.